You're 2 blocks behind 1st and 2nd.
We have more buildings to clear. You know our orders,
There's
Sergeant.
barely a building left standing or not on fire in your zone, Cole. Is your sector full of Japs?
Questioning my command.
The captain doesn't want anyone falling behind.
Tell the captain we will join him when the job is done.
Just give us the word, Sarge. We'll take care of him. He should be sectioned. That Jap lover's a fucking liability.
We're here to kill Japs, not our own people.
Star-crossed son of a bitch. No one wants to serve under him. He's bad fucking luck.
Can it? We've a job to do here. If I can live with it, you can too.
House fire. Bad one. At least 4 Vicks. Get out there and find out what you can. The address is 650 North Hobart.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to LA Noire. My call sign is November 9.
Why is the word abbreviation?
Just trying to find the parking lot. Story of my life these days.
I know that face.
That big boat car is not appealing at all.
Can you drive to this one?
You hear about Rancho Escondido?
Are we having a conversation, Biggs?
Okay, fuck it. Forget
I'm teasing you, Herschel. Tell me about it.
Well, the new housing development's a couple of weeks from completion. Burned to the ground last night. GIs are ready to move in this weekend. Developer's gonna have some very angry customers.
And I wonder why those houses burned down. Perhaps insurance money? Just a thought. Yes, that is a billboard for the evil and nefarious Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
You guys better see this. I hope you have strong stomachs.
Do you have a name?
Morelli, Mike. We recovered a picture of the family.
Okay. Anything else?
To be honest, I just got here, Phelps. Best you talk to Lynch. He's the expert.
Doesn't make any sense. Why aren't they scattered around like the rest of the debris?
I think they've been moved.
Ooh.
I think someone moved them after the explosion and before the fire.
Can you explain that, please?
I'm almost positive the cause of death is asphyxiation due to gas inhalation. Look at the parts of their bodies that aren't scorched. The coloring around the fingertips is typical.
They wouldn't have felt a thing.
I think the fire damage is post-mortem. I think someone moved them into this room after the explosion.
It still doesn't make any sense. Why would you run into a burning building?
So you can say it. The family is arrayed there. It looks like they're praying almost. This room doesn't have a lot of fire damage, so that makes sense. I mean, just based on what you see here, there really isn't enough damage other than through smoke inhalation, I suppose, to have killed them. This floor is still good. The ceiling's burnt through, but there's still wallpaper on these walls.
Wake up, Cole.
Yeah, calm down.
Find anything interesting?
are you doing?
The prayer effect is from the fire. The muscles and tendons contract.
So that explains why they're in the pose they're in. All right.
Another day, another dollar.
You ever think about how many people have died in this world? And how big heaven would have to be to accommodate them, Biggs?
No, I have not. Show some respect.
It's our boy. I think he watches the fires. I think the Sawyer fire went wrong.
So what about the guy we have in jail, Phelps?
You got the wrong guy.
That doesn't explain why he ran into a burning building. What would make anyone do that?
Guilt.
For the fires?
For his mistake. This guy wants to burn houses, not families. He expects the houses to be empty. He was trying to redeem himself. He probably thought they'd be happier together.
You are one very disturbed individual, Phelps. I know you had it rough lately, but you should start to compartmentalize your thoughts.
He could be right. Can you come up with an alternative
I'm
explanation?
sure it's the same guy.
Are you telling me that some son of a bitch murdered these people, the whole family, and arranged them here like Cupid dolls?
It might fit, Cole, but I don't think we could ever prove it. There's very little evidence.
Evidence?
Albert, check out the hot water system. Make sure we're dealing with the same MO.
Sure, Phelps. I'll get back to you.
Leave the rest to us, Cole. You better find out what's eating Biggs.
I'm sure that guy disintegrating in front of him, his head rolling across the floor at him, didn't have anything to do with it.
So something finally got to you.
You want my help, pretty boy? You got it. You keep riding me and you won't be pretty much longer.
We can get this guy, Herschel.
You think you've seen everything, Phelps? I was with the 2nd Marines at Bella Wood. The things that went on in that farmhouse. My own guys on fire, screaming for a way out. You're not gonna get this guy. There's gonna be no photos and no citations. We're gonna kill this miserable fuck. End of story. You getting this?
You remember the list from the travel agent?
Sure.
The Morellis were winners too. Their name was on that list.
Christ. We should take a look around, work the neighbors, see what they know. I'll go across the street.
Okay, I'll try this side.
I haven't done this for years.
You don't look like a fireman, son.
All right, let's go interview the neighbor.
LAPD, can you tell me anything about the fire next door?
Terrible luck. Imagine after having won that weekend away.
What's your name, sir?
Foreman. Dudley Foreman.
All right, Dudley, what did you witness?
Did you see or hear anything that might have...
Look, we were asleep when we heard the explosion.
If you were asleep, how could you hear anything? You would have said the explosion woke us up, or a noise that we thought was the explosion woke us up. You seem to be very interested in something other than maintaining eye contact with Cole Phelps.
You didn't like Morelli, did you?
Some neighbors you get along with, some you don't. Guess they should have sold up.
What do you mean?
They're knocking down all these old houses and building a new subdivision for GIs. Morelli was being difficult.
All right, let's talk about planned demolitions.
You said someone is knocking these houses down?
Elysian Fields. You must know them. Their billboards, that Monroe character beaming down at you. We've had an offer for the house.
Did the Morellis want to sell?
I don't know.
Of course he knows. He's right next to him. Like he puts his chin down, is looking away again. We're going to go bad cop again.
Whatever you thought of Morelli, his whole family is dead. They couldn't have all deserved that. I want you to help me here, Foreman.
Morelli was pig-headed. He built the house himself. He didn't want to sell. Stubborn fool was ruining it for all of us.
I don't know how he would ruin it for you. Maybe because they wouldn't sell it to you if they couldn't get all the properties. Let's ask about the travel contest.
You said the Morellis had won a weekend away to Catalina Island?
Yeah, that's right. First thing I thought after the explosion was, thank goodness they was away. Then I find out they were still in there.
Who was running the competition?
What? I don't know.
I don't know either, so we're going to use our intuition. All right, we'll go good cop. I just don't have anything to go on here.
You didn't enter yourself?
I'd already agreed to sell. The competition was an incentive for those who were still thinking about it.
All right, well, that's all that guy has to say. Let's go see if we can find any clues around the perimeter of the house. I guess the answer probably is going to be no. All right, here's a clue.
Looks like the same model.
Varley. Varley, 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 Varley. All right. Walk through the mud here. Is this a newspaper? Housing development burns. Ex-servicemen irate as GI houses raised.
How did you get my number, Ira? At first I didn't understand you, but now I do. I'd like you to come back to the clinic. I'm helping other people now, Doctor.
I think you are confused. You haven't been to the clinic for weeks.
I'm not confused anymore, Doctor. I'm helping people be together.
This world is only temporary. We'll all be happier in heaven.
Why don't you tell me where you are and I can come to you? I think the fires should end now. They have served their purpose. Oh, the fires are only beginning, Doctor. After the fires, everything will be beautiful and clean.
Everything will be erased. The world will be fresh and new.
I can see my purpose now, Doctor. And you helped me to find it.
All right, so it appears Dr. Fontaine has created a monster. Ira, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, is one of the flamethrower soldiers over in Okinawa. And the doctor kind of helped unlock that part of his memory or PTSD, and now he has kind of lost control of his subject there, so that's not good. Not good at all. All right, is there anything else? That I might be missing here? Anything, Broham? You know, this guy's still over here in the yard. Look at that. Footprints and cigarette butts. Someone was watching this house burn.
Someone was keeping watch. Looks like they were here for quite a while. Brand looks distinctive.
Calderon. Never heard of him.
Whoever he was wearing boondockers. I would know that imprint anywhere.
I think boondockers might be another way of saying galoshes. You got anything else to say, buddy? Oh, we're going to ask him about suspicious activity.
Did you see anyone hanging around the Morelli's home prior to the explosion?
Nope. Can't say as I was looking out, though.
And again, he's immediately looking up into the sky. So this matches with his deceptive answers from before.
You sure, Mr. Foreman? There are signs of someone hanging around over there by the fence.
Hey, now that you come to think of it, there was a guy. Kind of tall. Skinny, though.
Anything else?
Orange lumber jacket, beat-up hat, and no hair. I thought he was the pest exterminator guy who was working around here the last few days. But that guy had hair.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Foreman.
Sure. Hey, if you're interested, I have one of those competition flyers in the kitchen. I could get it for you if you like.
Oh, go get that.
Any luck, Cole?
Couple of things. What did you pick up?
Folded piece of paper. Looks complicated.
Japanese call it origami. Can I take a look?
Sure.
It's one of the flyers.
Okay. There's a legend about them. You fold 1,000 of these and you get a wish.
Hey, don't break it.
I'm not. I'm unfolding it. It looks like a waybill or a flyer.
For what?
For Elysian Fields Developments.
We want to buy your home today. Call 2800.
Oh, I see you already have one.
Yes, we do, but the coupon was cut off the
When
one
did the
we
flyer
have.
arrive in your mailbox?
They've been arriving for weeks. This one was in the mailbox when I got home from work yesterday afternoon.
Win a trip to Catalina Island. Ring Michigan 945. All right, buddy. Well, let's go to this phone over here and get the address of Elysian Fields Development. You looky-loos, go back to work.
I swear.
I need an address for a property developer. Elysian Fields Developments.
One moment, Detective. The address is 748 North Oxford Avenue, Wilshire. Anything else?
Messages, please.
You have a message. Contact Captain McKelty immediately.
Thanks. Can you put me through, operator?
Of course. Here you are.
Commander?
Leads in the Morelli fire.
We're about to go and visit Elysian Fields Developments.
You're about to do what? Leland Monroe? He's a personal friend of the mayor and the chief. Are you out of your mind? I'm warning you, Phelps.
Commander, we have a line of inquiry.
You have something, you bring it to me. You're hanging by a thread, Phelps. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. Have a report on my desk today.
Oh, they want to cover that
Peltier's
up.
warned us off over Elysian.
Makes sense. It's a dead end. We should check out Rancho Escondido.
You know the place?
Sure. Corner of Fountain and Wilton. Let's go.
All right. So our partners helpfully reminded us to check out this other place instead. So we'll do that. And we will let him drive his big, boaty green car. Oh my God, this thing's a nightmare. It's probably very comfortable though.
You can drive.
It looks like a couch with wheels.
shame about Chad. The arson desk has been trying to nail that son of a bitch for years.
He's still in custody, Herschel.
Want to bet? Fella kicked him loose already. Can't hold him for misdemeanor cigarettes and matches.
All right, so that's the suspect we picked up near the crime scene last time. All right, Rancho Escondido. I'm sure this is
You really miss a nightstick. There's more religion in the end of a nightstick than in 100 cathedrals.
I'm sure this is a great place right about now.
I'm not gonna tell you again, sir.
Don't tell me when and how I can come and go on my own property.
It is not
This is
safe,
America,
sir.
dickhead.
Now step back, or I'll lock you up for a
Smart mouth
fray.
son of a bitch.
You sorry sack.
You black and blue.
Not befitting a GI.
We're gonna have to pacify these poor saps.
I'm gonna bust you.
These guys are probably servicemen that we're fighting. You know, they're pissed off because all their houses got burnt down.
Good thing you showed up when you did, detectives. Those folks were baying for blood.
Okay, then. Let's see if there's anything left to take a look at.
I was stuck on the environment there. How nice. Herschel, you look like you got something to say. All right, there's a brick.
Mortar is like dust. Is that normal in a fire?
You'd expect some shrinkage in the heat, but it looks like the cement barely adhered to the brick. Doesn't appear to be any wall ties either. This thing looks like it was built on the cheap.
So, non-existent mortar, no wall ties, so there's no structural supports really holding this up.
If we're paying a visit to Elysian and ruining my career, let's bite the bullet and get on with it.
All right, Herschel is on board with going to Elysian now. And just like today, if you're wealthy enough and powerful enough, and you got the police chief and city government in your back pocket, it's going to be hard to get convicted of anything. You know, bribery is illegal, but a political donation is totally above the law. Yep. Look at that. Just put the grass down. All right, Herschel.
You're behind the wheel.
I think Herschel needs some curb feelers for his car. Oh, Elysian Fields. If I remember, I'll try to explain what that means at some point.
Detectives Phelps and Biggs, LAPD, to see Leland Monroe.
Do you have an appointment?
We're the police, lady. We don't need an appointment.
Can I tell him what it's about?
It's an official investigation.
There are 2 police officers here to see Mr. Monroe.
Send them through.
And that's our cue. Thanks, ma'am.
Thanks, Toots.
May I help you, gentlemen?
We would like to speak to Mr. Monroe.
I'm afraid it's impossible. Mr. Monroe's schedule is booked weeks in advance.
Cut to the chase, sister. Is he in?
I'm not at liberty to reveal that, officer.
So he hired you for your intelligence?
I find that offensive.
You have every right to.
This is getting us nowhere, miss.
Casino.
Would you like us to return with a warrant?
That won't be necessary, gentlemen. Come into my office.
You know, I hate to say it, but I wonder if Leland Monroe's voice actor was the same guy who played the bad guy in Roadhouse, because it sure sounds like it.
Like a cigar. Drink, boys.
Sure, I'll have a scotch.
Biggs.
All right, there's the house prices. $10K can get you whatever you want.
We're investigating a series of domestic fires, Mr. Monroe.
It's terrible, boys. How can I help?
Sorry, I'm looking up really quickly to see who voiced Leland Monroe. Are they even going to tell me? John Noble. So that's not the guy who I'm thinking of. All right, let's ask about these arsons.
Elysian Fields and Suburban Redevelopment Fund flyers keep turning up in the vicinity of the fires.
They're turning up all over town, boys. Can you imagine the current demand for housing?
So that's your explanation, Mr. Monroe? Coincidence?
Explanation? Why, what's to explain? I advertise on radio and billboards for buyers, and I advertise for sellers using waybills.
All right, so he's squinting and kind of turning his head away at the same time. Plus, his tie clip and his suspenders don't match, so we're going to go bad cop.
We found a family burnt out in their home. Another house burned to the ground. Another Elysian Fields flyer. Our information is that they didn't want to sell.
Are you saying that's something to do with me? Is that your point?
Point is, every time we find a family barbecue, we find one of your flyers. Is that good advertising?
All right, let's ask about this alleged travel contest.
What do you know about a competition for families to win free vacations to Catalina Island?
My company runs many promotions. I'm not familiar with that one.
Okay, this is not true. And I'm going to show you, we're going to use this flyer right here. There's the coupon right at the bottom of it. There's his face at the top. He has to know.
Level with me, Mr. Monroe. You know all about the vacation offers.
You can believe whatever you like, son. You're missing the vital ingredient called proof.
Porque. I'm not sure that was the correct words to say right then, but well, here's the flyers.
Your face is all over the flyers, Mr. Monroe. You know about the prizes, and you're aware that they get given to holdouts.
My face is the brand. It's on all our advertising. Did you know that the mayor and the chief of police are part of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund? You want to accuse them of murder as well?
Oh, that's how you deliver the kickbacks. A lot easier than FTX. All right, here's our local land acquisitions question.
We've made offers to buy houses in areas where fires have been recorded.
Are you suggesting that I'm burning people out of their homes so that I can sell them new ones?
What happens to your plans if a family like the Morellis refuses to sell?
We work around them. Business finds a way. That's the American way.
Again, he's turning his face away and squinting at the same time. He also started to do this flapping motion with his arms, kind of.
Come on, Mr. Monroe. You expect me to believe that you would build a new development with one of those old piles smack bang in the center of it?
Progress is an inexorable process, detective. Those who choose to stand in defiance are usually confined to the wastebasket of history. To answer your question, yes, we would build around them if we had to. Most people see sense.
And the rest of them see a house fire. All right, let's ask about Rancho Escondido.
What's Elysian Fields' involvement in Rancho Escondido?
One of our latest housing developments. It was due to open on the weekend, or was before the unfortunate conflagration.
It met with building code regulation.
Absolutely. Only the best for our returning heroes.
All right, we know that's a lie. Because we inspected it and found that it had poor cement quality and low-grade materials.
You're lying, Monroe. There's something out of kilter about that development.
Son, I've had enough of you and your fidgety friend. There's no way in hell you can prove that my materials were inferior.
Creo.
I'm no expert, but I think we'll find that the bricks being used on those houses are undersized and the mortar is faulty.
And there's no wall ties connecting the masonry to the frame.
Every building is built to a budget, boys. Those buildings were inspected and fully insured by California Fire and Life. Investment of that magnitude demands it. Do you think they'd vouch for the buildings without examining them? The arsonists, do you have any suspects?
We aren't at liberty to say.
I didn't think so. The contractors I use for waybills, you suppose it could be any of them? I have a list of their names if it'd be of any help.
That would be very helpful, Mr. Monroe.
Glad to hear it. I'm always happy to help the LAPD. My secretary will provide you with that list. Did you know that I'm on the board of the Police Pension Fund?
Oh, the quiet threat.
Glad to be of help, officers.
Sure you are, lady.
Any of these names ring a bell?
David Ashworth, Petrov, Thomas Tefel, Michael Muldoon, Paul Jones, Joseph Bradley. What about Herbert Chapman?
Herbert Chapman is on this list.
Find the phone. We need to know where we're at with Chapman.
Does she not have a phone? I guess she doesn't have a phone. Can we go back in his office and use his phone like a boss? Nope. He's in there getting drunk right now, so no, we cannot. Let's check with this lady. Of course she doesn't have a
The
phone.
boss is a fine man.
All right, she doesn't have a phone either. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, she does. I see a phone icon. Where is it? Oh, it's in here.
I could get stubborn swanning around in those.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you check whether we are still holding a Herbert Chapman?
Let me find out for you. He was released this morning, Detective. I'm sorry, Detective.
Not your fault. Can you give me a last known address and put out an APB on the guy?
I'll get back to you, Detective. APB will go out over KGPL shortly.
Thanks for your help.
I love the chase till the minute I win it. A beautiful face till there's love for me in it. Give me your heart and baby I'll bill it. 'Cause I always kill the things I love.
Buy me a drink, Cole? No. Not even for old time's sake?
Not even for that.
You're not gonna ask me why I'm here? I wouldn't give you the pleasure. We'll get around to it.
Something quite other.
She's in fine voice this evening. I wonder how the commander would feel
Save
about...
the threats for someone who cares about the boy.
You're breaking my heart, Cole. You know how I feel about you.
Will turn to surprise as you feel the pain.
Stay away from Elysian Fields.
You realize
I should have known that you were playing errand boy.
you
You and your doofus partner. You have been warned. Thanks for your cooperation, officer.
I love you.
Stay away. You have no idea the type of people that are involved in that company. I have a pretty good idea, Roy. The same kind of people that sent you here. Your investigation is finished. Homicide will be taking over from here. I've heard we've had a spate of grass fires in the hills that you and that hunchback might be able to handle. Thanks for the drink, Cole.
You get the message about Monroe?
Yeah. Earl delivered it. You?
McKelty. He started making noises about my pension.
Sorry about that, Herschel. I didn't mean to drag you into this.
Save it, Phelps. Monroe's an asswipe. And so was Earl. And so was McKelty when it's all said and done.
KGPL calling car 11K, 11K.
11K, go ahead.
11K, the last known address of suspect Herbert Chapman is 650 North Kingsley Drive in Wilshire.
Roger that, KGPL. 11K en route.
Let's go pick him up.
All right. Let's go pick him up. Where are we going? We're there. Why can't he live, like, right there on this road? He has to live very far away. Back over there. Good grief. There's not even a good way to get there. All right, let's go back to Santa Monica then.
You fought at Sugarloaf, didn't you?
I did. But I don't like to talk about it.
You come across a guy called Jack Kelso out that way?
You know Jack Kelso?
He's an insurance investigator over at California Fire and Life. Our paths cross from time to time. For some reason, seeing you makes me think of him.
Has, Jack spoken to you about his experiences on Sugarloaf? Or the rest of the campaign?
Jack keeps stum just like you do. I know what it feels like to get back from conflict. You gotta respect that.
So Jack could crap all over Cole Phelps, but he's not doing it. And I think Herschel likes Phelps because he feels something in common with him. Not only that they're Marines, but I think he feels like the department wants him out of the way. Easy there, Hoss. I still don't like his car. Alright, quick peek at the map. Oh, we got another couple blocks to go. It's time to go into GTA 5 driving mode. Alright, this is our turn right here. Calm down, Murgatroyd. We weren't anywhere near you. Alright, apparently Elysian Fields is a, in Greek mythology, I think that's kind of like their version of heaven. I would look at the notes when I'm trying to drive here. Blah, 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 blah. Those who deserve happiness after death find themselves in Elysian or the Elysian Fields. So they're trying to portray this, these housing developments for GIs as like a resting place, like Valhalla or something like that.
Can you go right at the next corner?
No problem, Hirsch. I would really love to be able to shoot Roy Earl, though. Little gunfight action. You know Roy's scared.
Keep going through the turn.
I want to say I think it's the next left.
Next corner, go left.
You got it. Alright, look at this. Totally under development. We can really open it up here. Yeah, so if the Suburban Redevelopment Fund has the chief in it and has the mayor in it and all these other people in it, you know, that's how they can bribe them without it being out in the open. You know what I mean? They're a member of this development thing, and they're going to profit when all these houses get built and sold
Left up ahead.
to GIs using their war bond. So just think of all the money that these GIs caused to get circulated in the economy. They're coming back from the war. They've got pay that's been accruing if they're not married, or even if they are. They've got this war bond, you know. That's a ton of money to get pumped into the economy and a ton of profit to be made if you're running a business that can access it. So it's no wonder that all this stuff went on. You know, you're building the freeway, you got to get the land for that. You're building these housing developments, you got to get the land for that. And all that means profit, you know, for someone.
No need to turn at the next intersection.
All right, we're going off-road. Oh my gosh. We should have made him drive. It's just so long. All right, well, I guess we're going to go around the block. Ooh.
We're looking for Herbert Chapman.
I'm looking for him too. I need him to move his car so I can mow the lawn.
He's definitely not here.
I've been banging on his door off and on for a couple of hours. Yeah, he's out somewhere. There's some kind
Let's
of
take
problem.
a look at the car.
He's out somewhere setting a fire.
Let's see what he's hauling around.
All right, so he's got mosquito coils, ammunition, anarchist flyer. Oh, Elysian Fields flyers.
Definitely gives him opportunity.
He's handing out the flyers. He's setting a fire with the mosquito coils.
Motive, opportunity, and hard evidence.
Although there isn't one missing there.
We should revise the APB. He's clearly armed.
All right, Bennington. That's probably supposed to be Remington in real life. 45 automatic. That's what goes into a 1911 standard sidearm around this period of time for a GI.
Holy cow. There he is. It's Chapman. He's coming out of the laundromat. Shit. He's seen us.
Cops! Again!
Ooh, he's got a gun out.
Son of a bitch, he must have caught the trolley. We gotta move fast, Cole.
He hijacked a trolley.
I'll call this in, get some cars dispatched. Car 11K calling KGPL.
Go ahead, 11K.
11K requesting assistance. In pursuit of suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar. Currently heading east on Melrose Avenue. Advise all units. Suspect is in control of car and driving dangerously.
Roger, 11K. All units. Officers need assistance on Melrose Avenue. A suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar headed eastbound. Approach with caution. Suspect is in control of the streetcar and driving dangerously. Units to handle code 3 identified.
Stay on his ass, Cole. Don't lose him.
We're just really trying to knock him off the track. Oh boy, don't hit the fire. Don't hit the fire truck.
Look, Cole, the side plate's gone. Get me closer. I think I got a shot here.
Oh, he's getting away. This car is so slow.
Hold him tight, Cole. As soon as he ditches the tram, we'll be there to grab him. It's no good. We need to get closer. End of the line, you little prick. Come on, Cole. Looks like we have our man, Cole. Well done.
I'm not so sure. Chapman seemed to have his own agenda. There seems to be more to this than a personal vendetta.
What are you talking about?
The fires benefit Elysian in some way. I don't see Chapman and Monroe working together.
You have a point. The evidence is good for Chapman. It's hard to be worrying about his side of the story when he's blasting away with that big 45.
Nice work, gentlemen. Put yourself at considerable risk stopping that trolley and probably saved a lot of lives. Anyone else but you, Phelps, and you'd be up for a bravery award. We've had our eyes on that slippery son of a bitch Chapman for as long as I can remember. I couldn't be happier than to wipe him off the scoreboard. And I hope this puts to bed that crazy stuff you had going about Leland Monroe. What were you thinking, Phelps? We'll be calling Richard Nixon a crook next.
What is it?
A letter from Lou. His insurance policy named me beneficiary.
California Fire and Life. You worked for Elysian?
The roof that he was working on collapsed.
It's a very generous settlement. Elsa, I'd like you to do something for me. I think there's something dirty about Elysian Fields.
What has that got to do with Lou?
I want you to reject this settlement. I want you to go and see an investigator named Jack Kelso and ask him to make some inquiries about Lou's case.
Isn't this police work?
Do you want to find out what happened to Lou?
Why would he help this Kelso?
Jack won't be able to help himself if he smells a rat.
He's a friend of yours?
He hates my guts. Elsa, you could take this money and let them get away with it, or we could get Jack's help and do something about it.
Why not be honest with this man, Cole? He deserves your honesty if you want his help.
Believe me, Elsa, I'd like to level with him. I really would, but it's too late. Years too late.
So even though we destroyed the streetcar, we did not get charged with any city damage nor vehicle damage, although there certainly was some. 5 stars says Chapman takes his motive and any possible ties to Monroe and Elysian Fields to the grave. You know, Cole is right. Jack Kelso is a man of principle, and so I think that's a smart play. But at the end of the day, if Cole's theories are correct, this goes all the way to the top of the police department. They're all very corrupt. And they're just going to fire him in disgrace if he continues pushing the button, so to speak. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode of LA Noire. If you did, hit that like button. And I will see you on the next episode. Thanks for watching.